Hello and welcome back to Cooking the Haydens, and I'm Car Boot Chris. And today we went for a charity shop run down in Totnes in Devon, not far from us here, but they do have a good number of charity shops on one street. I think there's about 7 or 8 charity shops, maybe even more than that. If you stay tuned, we'll show you some live footage as we go around the shops, go thrifting in the charity shops. And then we'll be back here in the studio and we'll show you what we picked up. That much. Okay, so not sure you'd have to look it up. Hello guys and welcome to our walkabout. It's our charity shop run here in Totnes in Devon. And normally we do commentary on the boot sales, but there's no boot sales now. So we're going to try a bit of commentary on the charity shop runs. See if that's interesting to you. Let us know in the comments what you think. So we're starting off in this first charity shop. Looking at some hats here. No good really, just unbranded hats. Nothing much there. Nice looking teapot. But broken top. How that's worth £6, I'll never know. It's been glued on the top and they still want £6 for it. I mean, come on. That is ridiculous. £6 and it's got a broken top and it's glued. Anyway, let's move on to this cancer research shop. The good thing about Totnes and its charity shops is that they're all pretty much on one street, one long road, the main street that runs through the town. And there's a good, I'm not sure, 7, 8 maybe charity shops. I don't know about you, but when you're going into the shops and you put the hand sanitizer on, sometimes it's really nasty, innit? It's really disgusting. And it takes ages for it to soak up. And your hands just feel like they've gone into a box of lube or something. Not that I've ever actually put my hands into a box of lube. Honestly. You'll have to trust me on that one. Okay. There is a bad thing about shopping in charity shops down in Devon and Totnes and other local places down here. It's bloody expensive. I mean, some of the prices, there are bargains to be had if you look, but some of the prices are just ridiculous. I wouldn't even spend it on myself, let alone to resell. On the plus side, sometimes you do see some genuine bargains, just like these Calvin Klein underpants. I promise you there's no skid marks on those. Someone's going to be glad of them. They were only £10. This looks interesting. Porsche model thing. But what's the price? I can't see it. It weren't cheap. I know that much. Hence the reason it goes back on the shelf. I'll tell you what though, at the kind of prices that I like to buy at, you'll be surprised if I even pick anything up in these charity shops. I think this is a good time for me to plug my new live show. It's called Movie Chats, and if you're into movies, films, etc., please come along. It's usually a Thursday at 6:30 p.m. UK time, and we chat all about films. And the show normally has a theme to it. Sometimes it's 80s, 90s, whatever. But come along, join the show, join the chat. You can also join our new Facebook group called Movie Chats and Film Geeks. Just search that on Facebook. Come and join the chat. Something to do, innit? Have a look at this one. £4. Alright, animals. So another example there of the prices in these charity shops. £4 for a plush that I probably wouldn't pay more than 50p or £1 at most for. Yeah, expensive. So we're into another shop here. Only a very small one. These guys in this shop recognised me from a previous visit where I had my strap-on on. Got a few t-shirts, but I don't know what they are. It's Memphis Mayfire 2007. Some Marvelly ones. So, don't know what that is. Something rugby. Steroids. One in. Are we okay? So just checking there before we entered the shop that it wasn't already at capacity, because these charity shops now have signs on the door saying how many people can come in at any one time due to the COVID pandemic. So the lady just said, come on in, you're okay. So that's what we tend to do. I don't know about you guys, but we tend to sort of stand at the door, pop our head in and say, is it all right? And then hopefully a staff member will call us in. Unless, of course, it's blatantly obvious that there's no one in the shop and they can have 9 people in. It's a bit strange, though, because what we're finding is different shops are obviously doing different kinds of risk assessments on this. Because this small little shop, you know, might have had like 2 or 3 on the sign saying, you know, you can only have 2 or 3 people at any one time. But then another little shop you go in will say you can have 6 people in. And then you'll have a massive shop that will say, oh, you can only have 5 people in at any one time. It's very strange. So Annabelle found a nice hoodie there. A band hoodie. And I've spotted some board games here. Never seen this one before. Up Against Time. So I just hung on to that one, and then I saw another one on the shelf, and you'll see it in a second. Hopefully. There you go. Downfall. We all know this one. It's the older version. I think it's like mid-70s. It says complete on the box. Can you trust those stickers? Well, with benefit of hindsight, I'd say don't always trust those stickers that say complete. Because I know now, having known now what I know, do not trust those stickers. The problem is, and it's bloody annoying, is that they write on it, oh, complete, checked and complete. And then they sellotape the box together. I mean, that's bad enough as it is, because that means that, like, these vintage games, you've got big sellotape marks on them. So that's a big no-no for me. But then it's very hard for you to check it, because you start opening up the box and a staff member will come over and say, oh, no, don't open it. It's all checked and complete. Well, is it? I mean, don't get me wrong, most of the time it's fine, but just sometimes, I guess a bit of human error comes in. I'm getting Annabelle to have a little check on eBay to see what kind of money we're talking about on these before I plump for it. I'm not an expert on board games. I don't often pick them up, to be honest with you. So we're just having a little look. But the other one, no. So the up against time is a bit of a no-no because at a cost price of £3 and maybe £10 or less, I'm not going to bother with that. But downfall, yes, worth it. So you've probably clocked by this video which areas I sort of gravitate to when I walk into a charity shop. So I often go straight to the men's clothing now, which I never used to do, but the clothing is where I tend to find the best stuff. And then I look at toys, games, stuff like that, before I look at all the bric-a-brac. And, you know, when you go into a charity shop, it's always good fun to set off all the Furbies, just to annoy everybody. Set them off and then walk away. There wasn't a lot of men's clothing in this one, so I didn't really look much at the men's clothing. Plus, it's a British Heart Foundation, which means that your prices are going to be pretty high. Interesting glasses, though. Quite like these. They were called Splash by, I can't remember the artist or the makers, but it had the maker's name on it. I might have picked those up. We'll find out later on. Don't forget to stay tuned for the haul video just coming in the next minute or two. So this is one of my favourite charity shops in Totnes. But as in all the other ones, it is quite pricey as well. There's not many bargains to be had, but there's some unusual items in here. Quite like it for that. Interesting hi-fi on the top there. Not a retro one, it's a reproduction. Always lots of interesting media, cassettes, vinyls. I do have a look at those in a little while, and also off camera as well. I've not recorded everything in here that I looked at. But yeah, some interesting items, but also, as I've mentioned previous, some interesting prices too. The problem that I've found with this shop is because they put their prices quite high. We actually came to this shop about 5 or 6 weeks ago. Had a browse, bought some stuff, and actually you'll see in a minute that well, I'll tell you about it because you won't know, but you trust in what I'm saying here, is that some of the stock is still there from previous visits, and that's like 5-6 weeks ago. And that's because the prices are too high. Some good TVs there. Now have a look. Am I going to look at the right rack here? They've got some good clothing. I mean, if the prices were lower, and I'll keep harping on about this, but if the price is more reasonable, I would definitely pick up more stuff in here. Am I going to look at the rack that I was thinking of? This one, yes. Right, look at these Oh, Chris, just get your camera right. There we go. Look at these t-shirts. Now, several of these are Iron Man one, and this one that I really liked, it's a bit of a biker, sort of Ghost Rider-esque t-shirt. We've gone past it now. That was £8.99 for that t-shirt, and if it was like £2-3, I would have bought it 6 weeks ago, but it's still there. And now this is where I think that these shops are making mistakes. They're pricing stuff and it's just sitting on the shelves and not moving. Whereas if they got it out the door, they'd have room to put more stock out. Now, the other interesting thing about this shop is look at the array of cameras, photography equipment. There's absolutely tons of it in here. And actually, it seems like some of the prices on these are quite reasonable. But I'm no expert when it comes to cameras, so I'd literally have to go through all these, check completeds and solds on eBay and stuff. And I wasn't really in the frame of mind to do it, but I guess we could spend some real time here looking at these. They didn't seem too badly priced, to be fair. Some CRT TVs there, great for gaming. So that's it for the walkabout and commentary. I hope you've enjoyed that. Now stay tuned for the haul coming up in just a second. So first up is this Spitting Image magazine. It's got some real sort of retro vintage value to it. It costs £1. We picked it up because obviously Spitting Image is back on now, isn't it? It's been regurgitated. Oh, hey up. That's a lovely sight, isn't it? That's what we want to see. So this is probably only worth about £10. What else have we got? And Annabelle spotted these cracking Disneyland Paris high top pumps or trainers. And these cost £3. £3. I mean, this is an absolute steal. We couldn't find the exact same ones, but we found some similar ones on eBay. And we're going to shoot high for these, high on the high tops, and maybe somewhere between £50 and £70 for these. Cracking find. We paid £2 for this 2007 Christmas market, German Christmas market mug. It might not have that much value. We need to do some proper research on this. Maybe £10 to £15, I think. It's just an unusual one, and with it having a bit of age as well, people like the German Christmas markets. Yeah, so that's that one. Also, this vintage Baloo. It's not your typical Baloo. It's a different brand on the back. I can't remember the brand now. We might see it on the picture. But paid £1, I think. That's it. It's a Mattel. It's a Mattel. Probably worth somewhere between £10 and £15. So worth picking up for that kind of value. This Imagine Dragons hoodie was £4 in the charity shop, and it's a nice one. I've sold similar Imagine Dragons stuff before. This, I think, could be worth somewhere between £20 and £25. But yeah, it's a nice hoodie, that. It should do well, especially with the sort of autumn, winter weather coming. I don't think we'll have a problem selling that one. I found this Letters from Whitechapel game, and this is the second edition game. It costs £3.50, but this is worth considerably more than the first edition. Don't even bother picking up the first edition game. The second edition one is worth somewhere between £30 and £40. So that's a good pickup at £3.50. It says complete on it. I've not opened it yet. Lots of you guys pick up Downfall. This was £3. It says complete on the box. I haven't checked it myself, but I think these vintage Downfalls are worth somewhere around the £20 mark. So for a £3 spend, worth picking up. The box is a bit battered, as you can see, but it's not the end of the world as long as all the bits are in there. This is an interesting one. This is a ceramic silver coloured vintage camera. It's just an ornament, nothing else. It doesn't do anything else. It's not a piggy bank. I paid £2 for it. Actually, this could be worth somewhere between £30 and £40. No idea why. It's unusual, that must be why. There's no real brand on it, but it's a real nice item. I took a chance on these two glasses. They are Splash glasses, and I can't quite see the maker there, but they felt like premium glasses. I might be completely wrong. The pair cost me £2.99. I'll probably sell them as a pair, depending on what the value is. I'm not sure. I haven't done the research on these yet. I'm thinking £20 maybe. Maybe. This was £3. This unusual... it says it's a rugby top, but it doesn't really look like a rugby top when you've got a hold of it. I bought it because of the design on it. It's very, very striking. It's got that sort of Ghost Rider type design on it. I know it's not Ghost Rider, but that's what it looks like. It looks very, very cool. I need to check the prices on this, but I'm thinking maybe £20-ish on this one. Another t-shirt, Asteroids, Atari. It's Atari branded in the neck. I think this was around £2.50 to £3. I can't quite remember. I bought quite a few t-shirts. Again, I'm thinking around I'm thinking around 15 to 20, but probably around £15 on this t-shirt. It's a nice one. I like the print on that one. This Star Wars t-shirt is printed front and back. A bit unusual. It's still tagged. It was, I think it was £2 or £2.50. I don't think it's got a huge value, but at that kind of price, I think there's profit to be made. So probably somewhere between £10 and £15, but it's still a nice looking t-shirt. Now, I bought 2 of these Unite the Kingdoms t-shirts, and these were, I think, £2.50 each, or thereabouts. I'm sorry about the prices because I bought quite a few t-shirts I've forgotten. And I'm thinking £10 to £15 on each of these. I did get 2 of them. And the last item is this Memphis Mayfire Dallas 2007, I think it is. Is that 2007? Yes, t-shirt. I've got no idea what this is. I've not got a clue, but I like the design of it. It's got 2007 written on it. I'm gonna have to do some research on it. I think it was £3. So who knows? Maybe 20 on it. 15 to 20, I'll say. So that was everything from Totnes today on the charity shop run. I hope you enjoyed the footage, the commentary, the walkabout, and seeing the town Totnes. It's quite famous down here in Devon. That's it for today. Please drop us a comment. Give us a thumbs up, please. It really does help. I'll always try and reply to as many comments, if not all the comments that you guys leave, because it's really appreciated. Other than that, we'll see you again soon, maybe on a live show, or maybe, don't know, somewhere else. Where else would I see you? I don't know. In the street somewhere? In a charity shop? A car boot? Whatever. See you later.